just gonna appreciate it. So again, Kathy Russo and Law and Crime Network. Here are some questions potential jurors will be asked. Has anyone seen videos about a man in a suitcase? Has anyone commented on social media about any videos of a man in a suitcase? Has anyone seen a video of Ms. Miller being interrogated by police? Has anyone commented on social media about Ms. Miller being interrogated by police? Has anyone seen body worn camera videos of Ms. Miller speaking to police? So you see where, remember with Sarah, there's this whole thing about, oh, this trial, I'm famous, I've got fans all over the world, blah, 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 blah. Okay, wait, hold on. Leilani. Is that how you say it? Leilani or Leilani? Leilani. And thank you for putting that up there for me. Leilani. Oh yeah, 100%. I don't even know that much about the case. Like I remember when it kind of came out. Leilani. Leilani. See, there's so many different ways to say that. Leilani. Is that Leilani? Normally I would go to my little thing and be like, how do you say Leilani? Leilani. 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 If you Leilani. 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 Okay. So am I saying it right there? Leilani. Okay. Thank you. Leilani. Okay. Got it. Cool. Thank you. I mean, I try out. It doesn't really matter. I know, right? She get the damn dumpster, right? I mean, come on. Like, how many of these cases, like, literally all of these cases with the baby cases, it blows my mind, okay? How many of those things? We still have, what's her name out in New Mexico? That looks like, thanks Patricia, that looks like she might be having success with getting out of her charges. And you know I'm talking about the young lady who gave birth in the hospital and threw her baby in the garbage can and the thing and tried to say oh whatever, and now they're getting some of that stuff thrown out. Crazy. Now her wardrobe choice, hold on.
¿Pensás que los gatitos son todos iguales? Cada etapa de crecimiento tiene necesidades únicas. Cubrí las necesidades únicas de tu gatito con la nutrición específica de Royal Canin.
Let me do this real quick. She's wearing that same outfit, that kind of power suit situation. So see, it says she's in her glory with this attention. She really is. She really is. I mean, it's pretty. Pardon me. It's really she's in her mojo. Now, please hold for, I'm gonna put Court TV back on. I've gotta run over here real quick, and then I will be right back.
Videos, and that's just a couple of minutes. Obviously, that's not the entire time.
Please hold, I'll be right back.
George is inside that suit. To my first question, and I think it'll be an important one to try. How long was George in the suitcase? When did he get in? When was it finally unzipped? Joining me, Court TV digital content producer who's been covering this story inside and out, Lauren Silver is with us, and forensic pathologist Dr. Priya Banerjee. Thank you both for being here. Lauren, I'll begin with you, and I want to put this up on the screen. We have somewhat of a timeline here of what's going on, but I want you to kind of fill in the blanks. It seems that he's in the suitcase by 11:12 or so. Falls.
Exactly.
So what are they doing that night at 11:12 that gets him into the suitcase, and how precise is that time?
So we know that their evening starts at sometime around 4 p.m. when the two of them are at home. They're painting pictures, doing puzzles, and it starts with sharing a bottle of wine. At some point, they decided to play hide and seek. Sarah hid upstairs. She says George never came to look for her, so she went downstairs and found him. And at that point, they thought it'd be funny to zip him into the suitcase. Now, where we're getting that 11:12 time is that's the first video recording that you just saw that was on Sarah's phone. So at that point, he's already in the suitcase and saying that he's having trouble breathing.
And then eventually, somehow, some way, she leaves downstairs, goes upstairs, and goes to sleep. We get to the next morning. What's the time frame here? Is she finding him early in the morning, mid-morning, late morning?
She says she went up, went to sleep. She assumed that he would find his own way out of the suitcase. So she says she was woken up at about 11 a.m. by her phone ringing over and over again. She assumed it was her ex-husband, looked around and realized, I don't see George. So she went downstairs looking for him, and it's at that point that she realized he was in the suitcase. He was unresponsive, she couldn't wake him up. And her immediate response was to call her ex-husband.
So I'm doing the math as you're describing all this. Like, it seems that at a minimum, it's 11 hours and 48 minutes. All right, Dr. Priya Banerjee, how long could someone survive in a suitcase like that? And is there any way to tell with any precision? Is it a ballpark? And what would it be like for that amount of time for George Torres?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Dr. Banerjee? We're having some trouble, obviously, with Dr. Banerjee hearing me. So, Lauren, as we get back to the suitcase and the time frame, let's get back to that morning. What's her story about what she does when she realizes that he's in the suitcase? I've got to think that she unzips it, right?
So ostensibly she unzips it, realizes she cannot wake him up, and this is at 11 o'clock in the morning. Her first response is to call her ex-husband. So she called her ex-husband. Her ex-husband came over. She insisted he come over. He also saw that George was unresponsive and said they needed to call 911. And then he went outside and waited until the police arrived. So I don't know how long it took him to get there. Police arrived at 1 o'clock.
And so police aren't there till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and at a minimum, I mean, the latest that he could have gotten in there was 11:12 at night. This, to me, this is a big piece of the story, a big piece of the case, because you're talking about, okay, you're playing hide and seek, you know, things go awry, whatever. This is overnight. This is through the morning into the afternoon that George Torres is inside that suitcase. And here the question a lot of people have had is about, how does he even get in there? From my understanding, George Torres was He wasn't a huge man. I mean, he was relatively small. He was thin, not super tall. So in terms of his size.
Okay, sorry. This is another thing that I was curious about y'all's opinion on. Let me go over here and do this. Okay, so in the thing when Sarah's talking, and the thing when Sarah's talking to the interview is what I'm talking about, and she's talking about this, she's like, oh, I had to do this, and okay, what she was bringing up, she says, I doubt she gave him CPR. I'm certain it was beyond, obviously it was not past any help. He would have been seeing blue at the very least. Okay, that's my thing. She's going on and on talking about, I was doing CPR, 911, and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, but is there evidence of that? Like, have we heard, because I don't remember seeing any kind of evidence of the 911 call where we could tell if she was doing that. I'm curious if we're going to see that evidence come out in the stand, because I too do not believe that she was doing CPR. I think he would have been obviously dead. Like, dead. And then I was like, have we heard the 911 phone call? I don't remember ever hearing it, but I could be wrong. I feel like, or I've just forgotten that I've listened to it, because the case has gone on for so long. Hey everybody! We're awake. No, we are here. Yeah, give her. Yeah, so I've done CPR and you can't talk like she was. Okay. See, that's my, this is, which one are you? This is Belle. This is the meanie girl. Go play with your brother. Look at this little bed that I got him. They absolutely love it, and they can curl up in the edges of it. Oh, they love it. Hey, what you doing? You with your brother? Yeah, I don't think that she did either. I don't think she did it. I don't think she did it all. Yeah, CPS is a workout. Yeah, good, please. Here's another thing too. So if you look at, okay, hold on, let's go back over to here. Let's go back over to here, oh Lord. Let's check back here with Kathy. Okay, so Kathy says 3 of the 50 potential jurors immediately recognize Sarah Boone. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about, okay? So there you go. They're like, hey, that's that suitcase lady. Hey, that's the lady we've been paying all our tax dollars to. Okay, that's exactly how that's going to go. Hey, Leslie, how's it going? Leslie says, autopsy report does not indicate CPR is performed. Again, how do you perform CPR when the victim's arm is still across their torso? And I mean, here's my thing too. Here's my question. And again, do we know how long he had been dead in the suitcase? Because, and I don't know off the top of my head, like with rigor mortis and stuff like that, wouldn't that have set in? Or maybe it wasn't long enough for them to do that? Let me go back over here real quick. Please hold. I'm coming back over here. I'm going to the boom. You say wayo. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo, wayo. This. I'm just coming over to January. Hey, hey, hey. No, let's be nice. want to just pull up some of this older stuff. Okay, so we've got a couple of things that have popped up today. Sheriff's Town stat. Okay, so let's see. These are my notice of provision of witness list. Sheriff's Town stat. There we are. Hey DB, thank you. Okay, so State of Florida versus Sarah. Notice of provision of defendant's Fifth Amendment witness list. Comes now the defendant by and through undersigned counsel. Hey, boys, no, we don't do that. Good boys. Though certifying that on the date of filing the notice of provision of defendant's Fifth Amendment witness list, the undersigned counsel will electronically serve at the end of the day upon the office of the state attorney a list of names and addresses of persons known to the defendant to have information they may be relevant to any offense charged or any defense thereto, or to any similar fact evidence to be presented at trial under section 90.4042 Florida statutes that were discovered subsequent to compliance with Rule 3.220 B1A. Let's come back here. Now we change that one. Notice of provision of defendant's Fifth Amendment witness list. So we've added more. Now let's come back over here. And then, so at the trial, let's see what it does. We're going to show this instead. And then we're going to come over here to this doc. So these are some motions that have just come through here recently. State of Florida versus Sarah Boom. Order declaring defendant indigent for cost and authorizing due process costs. It is hereby ordered in a judge that pursuant to it gives the statute number, the defendant is declared indigent for cost for payment of the following due process costs: deposition subpoena, deposition transfer fees, interpreters and translators at depositions or witness interviews, witness and expert witness fees, mental health professionals, reasonable pretrial consultation fees and costs, travel costs for witness. Any further due process costs would have to be subject of a separate motion with notice to the JAC. Service of all subpoenas should be through the Sheriff's Department. The payment of deposition sitting fees and transfer costs are to be by JAC providers at approved JAC rates, terms, and conditions. Any payments of the approved due process costs are to be made only upon an order after a motion is filed specifying the specific due process services to be paid, the approximate cost for those services, and the justification of the cost. Defense counsel will be required to execute the appropriate JAC contract for indigent for cost cases and follow JAC's billing and audit procedures to obtain payment on behalf of the due processes providers. If any due process providers are to be paid directly, the JAC's contract, billing, and audit procedures are to be followed before payment is received. If the defendant is convicted, the defense must file an accounting with the trial court within 90 days of deposition. It just lists the statutes there. Then we'll come over here. And let's see here, is there anything else? And no. Okay, so let's come back over here. Let's stop sharing. Let's come back to y'all. Okay. And Chrissy says the Delphi case starts today too. Allegedly, I mean, y'all's mega trials are starting this week. Okay. Hello, Emily. We're all doing lovely. I hope your parents are doing well for you. Okay. Let's check in with Sarah real quick. Let's check in with Sarah. Can you imagine we had a direct line to her? Sarah, how you holding up, girl? Okay, now, and so the most recent tweet that came from Kathy Rusin of Long Crime, she says, 3 of the 50 potential jurors immediately recognized Sarah Boone. Now, hearsay comments to her in the comment section and says, recognize as they know her from the media. Kathy says, not personally. And the other person says, so, yeah, right. It is what it is. Okay. So opening statements for the, I can't say her name. these live tweets here. We know that there's a 30-minute delay for live broadcast for the Clinton trial. Where did Kathy go for her Sarah Boone stuff? Oh, wait, here you go. We're still kind of waiting on more info on Sarah Boone. Boom, boom, boom. Here's it, Leo. Boom, boom, boom. Also, we have Stephanie Buffamonte, who is live tweeting. And she just writes, the state and defense's this is 1 minute ago, the state and defense's witness lists were both read. Both include Sarah Boone's ex-husband. This is so spicy, y'all. I can't wait. He was seen on body camera back in 2020 telling deputies that Boone and George Torres had issues with domestic violence and that Boone had a drinking problem. And she lists where you can go see the background information. But okay. So yeah, Brian, here's the thing. So if you're not familiar with all the players in this case, Brian Boone is Sarah's ex-husband. This is also the father of her child. Obviously, he has the son at this point. Brian doesn't have great things to say. Brian doesn't have great things to say, right? This is not going to play in her favor. Now, hold on 1 second while I open this. Literally have my popcorn, right? So, there's that. Okay, let's see here. What else we have? Okay, we still just have people commenting here on the Twitter. I can't believe that she rejected the plea deal. Let's go over here. Let me find this real quick. Please hold.
Yo también quiero caramelos.
I'm gonna try and see if her thing is coming through live. We'll keep this up just in case. Okay, let's come over here. Thanks, Ms. DBB. I do appreciate it. Let's come back over here to this. Let's go to Orange County. Let's see if they uploaded anything else. I want to go find a couple other little things here. And look at them.
¿Qué pasó, papito?
Where'd we go? Here we go. Let's see.
¿Tienes hambre? Trabaja.
I want to look at money, okay? I don't care if they wrote this poorly, written book. Take my damn money, okay? Take my money. You see, that's what I was looking up. Whoever just made a comment about 35 Live. That's who I was looking up. But I don't see it on their YouTube page. But let me go here. See, obviously they're gonna have a lot of stuff about the hurricane storms, things of this nature. We see anything about Sarah. Let's see, latest video. Let's watch this real quick. Yes. Yes. Dog's like, what do we do? Do we do something good? Okay. Let's do this one.
Jury selection continues now in the murder case in somewhat Orange County.
Yeah, the suitcase murder, it was scheduled to start last week, but there has been no for allegedly visiting her boyfriend in a suitcase and leaving him there to die while she went upstairs to take a nap. Back in 2020, it could be given no sentence would be 22 and a half years behind bars.
That's all they had there so far. So 22 and a half years. So the lowest goes. She ain't gonna get the lowest. Again, I would be shocked. Let's go back over to Twitter or X. Let's go back. Let's back over here. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's see. I'm just right now reading over people's tweets to see if anything is come up lately. Just still the thing from Stephanie from Orlando 35, Fox 35 Orlando about the whatchamacallit, the husband being on both the things, and then for Kathy, she said Where's Kathy? Kathy Drew selection. The state's witness list, so Kathy writes this about 8 minutes ago. The state's witness list is approximately 50 people. They just read the names off to see if any jurors recognize the names. So, I mean, they're really going, obviously this is like, we have to do this, right? Remember how much energy Sarah put into it. Like, everyone's gonna know, this has gotten so much publicity. I have all these fans, all this type of stuff. So I'm sure that a huge part coming from the defense is going to be mean, that would only make sense. Oh yeah, the neighbors, 100% I think the neighbors are gonna get up there, and I don't think they're gonna say nice things. Another aspect that throws me with this, that I mean, we'll soon get answers when the trial goes underway, is the dynamic that she seems to be completely clueless as to what people are gonna say. So just like where ex-husband Brian is already like, he's already even said in interviews about their drinking, domestic issues and whatnot, he's, you know, said about her coming after him and previous things. So this is where I don't grasp why you would just double down on a lot of this stuff. Olivia says she's just a Karen. I think, you know, it could be just as simple as that. Just as simple as that. Literally just a Karen. She cannot be wrong. You know, I think that's a part of it, right? Oh, Chrissy says, I just found out Kobe Ryan and John Mateus are doing an interview for Cody's podcast. Ooh, that'd be good. I have to check that out. For those who didn't see it, or I did like a commentary video on it, but Kobe Ryan, Lori Vallow's son, interviewed her via phone, like on from prison or whatever. If you follow that case, it's heartbreaking, but the case is heartbreaking. The phone call is heartbreaking, but it's also infuriating because of the things that Lori's saying. But you're gonna want to check it out, and then obviously it'd be fascinating to hear Dr. John talk to Kobe about it. And then too, like, it was so interesting reading the comments on my video for people who are like breaking it down, like, well, wait, remember this happened here and this happened here. It doesn't even make sense how she did that, like how she even came up with that. Other than, we know she's making it up, right? But even in her world, how I'm like, you know, maybe she really is that delusional. I'm talking about Lori Vallow, but also I could, the same could be said for Sarah, bless her little heart. Okay, let's see here what it says. 1 hour ago, 27 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago. 2 hours ago. Okay. The Young Thug trial. Young Thug trial. I feel like years this has gone on. Okay, this RICO Act thing that's going on. I mean, it's gone on for so long. Now let's go back. Okay, so Stephanie writes 3 minutes ago, according to body cam, after she found her then boyfriend George Torres dead in a suitcase following a drunken game of hide and seek, Lynn told deputies she called her ex-husband who came to her home first before calling 911. Okay, so now this, I'm reading Stephanie Buffamonte from Orlando 35. So here's my thing. According to body cam, her ex-husband who came to her home first. Did Brian show up first? I remember him being on scene. This happened so long. Okay, so you know what I want to do real quick? Please help. Let's do this. Now we just went over these, but we're gonna listen to this real quick. Present.
Representing
herself in her own murder trial just filed several documents in the case. Sarah Boone is accused of zipping up her boyfriend in a suitcase and then leaving him to die there 4 years ago. Fox 35's digital journalist Garrett Weimer is joining us live from the newsroom tonight. So Garrett, she's making several requests.
Yeah, that's right. There are pages and pages of handwritten requests from Sarah Boone. Two big things she's asking for: a standby to help her get ready for trial, and she wants the state to pay the fees for a private investigator and for witnesses. Now, let's take a look at some of the letters being sent to the state. In it, she says she's trying to avoid any further persecution and penalization from the judge and court while trying to succeed in her quote first position as a lawyer. She claims to no discovery or case materials yet, and she continues to ask on several pages for the court to pay further fees for her to have a defense investigator and expert witnesses. Now, the state is denying her request for a standby counsel, saying she waived her right to a court-appointed attorney. But the court did authorize $5,000 for a defense investigator, and it did approve funds for a defense mental health expert. Any other witnesses will have to be submitted for consideration. Now, as for the case materials and a laptop to work on, the court says those will be provided to her after a hearing on Monday, and Boone will have access to that laptop from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Live in the newsroom, Garrett Weimer, Fox 35 News.
Okay, that was old. I thought it was recent, which is why I did it. Hold on one second. One thing I just pulled out that I want to look at, let's get rid of this one, don't need that, we need this, right? Yes. Okay, let me go share this screen. I want to look back through this to go back. I want to find this information about the baseball bat thing, because I feel like I missed that. And hold on 1 second. Take this. So I don't know about y'all, but where I'm at, we have like big oak trees and stuff like that. And they hang over the house, whatever, and so things like obviously limbs, branches, whatever, but whatever, like acorns and things are growing. So at times, like it literally sounds like somebody's like coming in the door. Or I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm like, what? Who's breaking down the house? Let me see more picture of the picture real quick. Matthew says, Sarah will fire unless we found guilty. Oh, 100%. Spry should have. She'll probably do it. This could be what do y'all think? Do you think she'll fire him mid-trial? Share the screen. We're going to go back to it. This was filed. This is the state's motion to exclude Batter-Scott syndrome, exclude mention of Batter-Scott syndrome evidence until the defendant testifies to a justifiable use of deadly force. Now, if y'all are familiar with this is, it's about 7 pages. In here, I want to kind of look back over this. And also, one thing I want to do, and let me just take the temperature of the room over here. I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all want to listen to the 911 phone call again? I know the 911 phone calls can kind of be like weak for people. Do y'all want to listen to the 911 phone call? let's listen to it real quick. What I want to do is I want to read, because some of the stuff I'm sitting here and I'm like realizing I'm like, I can't remember this. You know, it's gone on for so long. So now on one phone call, I'm like, it's been so long. I just want to re-listen to it and see.
What is the location of the emergency? 4748 Branch Court, apartment 3. 4748, what's the street name? Branch, F-R-A-N-C-E.
Can y'all hear?
And their apartment number? 3. This is the police of medical. My boyfriend is dead. Okay, send a line for the fire department, do not hang up. That's no, please don't leave. 4748 Branch Lane, apartment 3, Branch Court. Branch Court? Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, fine,
It's Gilwood Park Apartment.
okay, 4748 Branch, correct?
Correct.
Alright, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened here.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I came in case when we were playing, and
Okay.
like kind of high speed kind of thing. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and she was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood in his mouth, and I don't know if like he has a baby on the one.
Right, okay, alright, okay, so we're getting help, okay. Alright, okay. Okay, okay, 40, yeah, we're on our way out there, yeah, 407-716-8684.
Dale los micros que quedan si querés.
No,
Dale los micros que quedan.
I tried to use CPR.
Okay, so you was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old were you there? 42-year-old man. All right. Okay, we're sending help up there. Sheriff's office over there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right, listen to me. Okay, that you need to confirm this. No, I need to confirm it. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No.
Is
Purple.
he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, back his back for you, okay?
I did. I tried to use CPR.
All right.
I tried to use CPR.
Yeah, okay, well, we're...
Nothing happened.
Okay, listen, is it a defibrillator available? I need you to get it for me, okay? Is the AED available?
No.
All right, are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay, ladies, okay, ma'am, listen. So listen, is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but stiff. And
Right, okay. All right, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows, okay?
Yes, I did.
All right, okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right, okay, listen. Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to do compression to him, okay? All right? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. If I lay down in the cell.
Okay.
Please. Okay, your girdle.
Okay. Listen to me. All right, I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbone. Put your other hand on top of that hand. And we want to pump his chest to be hard and fast. Going to do twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop or talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is great.
Okay, man, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need to do for me, okay?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, just grab here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on pumping and counting. Okay. Sorry, just continue pumping. Just count on us. They can count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 25.
Okay, ma'am, just get here as fast as they can, okay?
He's dead and he's purple.
Okay. Can you pump in his chest for me, ma'am?
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. Don't even touch it.
Right, okay, that's fine. You do a good job. Just keep on doing it, okay? All right, then get there as fast as you can along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, man.
I'm not doing it. We were playing hide and seek.
No? All right, I understand. All right, keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Please hurry.
Right, okay.
Horrible. This is horrible. What happened? Like, what happened?
Okay, man, keep on pumping the chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good. And you found them in a suitcase, he said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think I'm here.
Right, keep on pumping the chest until they push over,
I
okay?
am.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Can I stop right now?
Let that be free, okay?
What was the last time they played soccer?
Ahora entendés, Félix, ¿por qué Pepo se llama Omar Little? ¿Te acordás cómo era el primer nombre de Pepo cuando lo Omar Little. Porque era un negro callejero.
And so where they are. Yo también paso el suyo, you know, okay? Eso was good.
Qué como que ella era bully antes. Claro, entonces salía de acá y todo. Qué gracioso. Claro, es verdad, claro, porque la serie esa es del 2009 y The Wire del 2004. Justito, no había terminado en esa época. Ahora, viste qué bien que se hablan los dos actores ingleses, no se junta para nada, ninguna diferencia. A vos y Signer. Notable.
Oh, thank you. Did y'all hear anything I just did y'all hear anything I just said? What I was saying is like I usually don't like listening to 911 calls. There's a podcast out there who kind of like their whole thing is they these like really, whatever you call it, like really hard to listen to 911 phone calls. I can't handle them when I'm hearing people who are truly in a moment of panic, or people who are truly, whatever. Especially if it's a child calling 911, or a parent calling about their child, that panic. I can't take it, right? I can take a lot of things, okay? Horror movies, this stuff we watch, but those. However, this one is different. Now, nonetheless, to me, like you saw me in the chat, I think this was Sarah realizing I effed up. I effed up. She got up. He's dead. Oh my effing God. Like, what do I do? So, number one, I don't know. I see a lot of you talking, like, that have experience in situations like this, saying she's not doing the CPR. To me, I guess, I've never done CPR. I've never seen someone do it. I need to learn that, right? I should, I'm not certified in that. Like, watching the stuff that you do, that's ridiculous and irresponsible on my part. I need to have you take a class for that locally. Her describing him, number one, goes back and forth, okay? Back and forth. He's purple, he's stiff, he's not stiff, he's this, he gurgled, he did this, the whole thing doesn't make sense. So, she sounds like she found him, he's dead. And now when she's saying he's stiff, I can't tell what's what. She immediately goes on. We were playing hide and seek. This is her immediate thing. We're playing hide and seek, and I don't know what happened. I fell asleep. That was her emotion. Number one, okay? I don't think she doesn't sound like she, because when she said, I already did CPR, okay? We're gonna do it again. Like, there's times she's like, I am. One thing with Sarah, if you listen to her, she's where it says dispatcher, it's like, no one has. I mean, it's true. Like, number one, when she starts offering up information, but then when she gets in the interview, she goes to, I need you to believe me. It's almost like you could tell, with people like her, like pathological liars, again, obviously I've never met her, I'm not a professional person, whatever, but just, she seems to have an issue with lying about things. They'll do that thing where it's like, it's so important for them, for you to believe their lie, that they wear that knee on their shoulder, which is like a red flag signal. This person is probably lying or doing something right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you experience this with a person in real life, then you get it, right? You know what I'm talking about. Like this need of you to believe whatever they're lying about. And it's like almost like they'll force you into playing that game, which is why I think with Sarah, when she's being interviewed and questioned, she's never been pushed against the wall and not believed, right? She's usually, to me, she's the type that's gotten away with lying. Because people just want to shut her up, right? They just want to get rid of her, away. So, blue dress issues with Brian Alvarez body. Literally, probably. Okay, Slow says, I'm an EMT and I highly doubt she attended CPR. Yeah, so thank you for your service and thank you for your insight. It doesn't sound, again, me not even knowing anything, I would think, I'm thinking like you would be making a noise or something. I think she could have done it once, but I think she is so panicked over the Jeffrey saying, no, that. Like in the interview, she's like, no, that. Unintentional. She's like, this officer, this. You know what I'm saying? And like the same thing. She's like, I did. Here's the thing. If you stumble upon, listen, you walk into this. Now, for the most part, you're going to be able to tell someone dead, right? Now, again, I think a natural reaction to a loved one would be an immediate, what can I do, right? Now, again, I've never been in this situation, so of course it's easy for me to theorize from the stuff. I get that, right? But there would be a certain level of that. To me, I just think Sarah went into freak out mode. And hey Ashes, how's it going? So Ashes are not, for anyone just joining, they're not streaming the jury selection. We have some people live tweeting about it and keeping us up to date. We haven't checked in there in a minute, we just watched that 911 phone call. So let's check back in, this is a good time to see if there's been any updates on this situation from the uploads up. So far, we don't really have any updates. From the last one was 26 minutes ago, and that was, well, just a little thing. But Stephanie Bufalante from Fox 35 is in there, and she says that the state and defense's witnesses were both read. Both of them include Brian Boone, her ex's name on there. Thanks, Norma, for being a member for 7 months. And yeah, GGB says she's wearing her navy blue dress. Yep, she's rocking that navy blue dress. A few of the jurors immediately recognized her apparently. So there's that. Again, she is in the courtroom. Now what we're gonna do is I've seen some people. We did read a couple of the updated motions that came through. But let's see if some more have posted as well. So far this morning, we've already gone over the notice of provision of witnesses as well as an order declaring the defendant indigent. So we did that, and let's come back over this document here and just kind of read through this as we go through. We kind of wait to see what's And Wendy says, this is an excellent question, I think, Wendy, because I'm kind of the same way with you go. Wendy says, I'm nosy, but if a potential juror is picked, will they not go home and go through the case? So in theory, they're not supposed to, right? I mean, do you know how hard it would be not to? Okay, like, especially if you went in there and you were getting this case, what? This, it was so bad when I go to it. And it's like, to me, it's almost like an honor system where they're going to say no. And I think more and more what we're seeing these days is these cases that are coming back, and there's some kind of jury something and whatnot. Only Ty, no, the jury selection is not televised. They are not televised. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, it'd be hard not to. Yeah, but again, you're not supposed to, right? So there's that. I mean, people are people, you know what I'm saying? So that's the tricky part to me. I mean, yeah, so, come on. Okay, get that. I'm still kind of looking at the live tweets over here. We don't really have anything new yet. So yeah, Sarah has complained the whole time about, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? How is this gonna work out? I'm so famous, I'm so this, I'm so that. You know what I'm saying? So, them coming in and be 3 people, oh, I knew her. Well, of course you're gonna have a little bit of that, And yeah, most of them, if one of them recognized her, one they'd be taken on the jury. Yes, my understanding, they probably didn't make the cut. Oh, thanks, able to get to 10 memberships. We do appreciate it. Yeah, my understanding is if somebody didn't pass that vibe check, or they recognized her, or the names, they read the witness list names off and all that kind of stuff, they're going to go through and be like, do you know these people? Now, some of it might not exclude, you know what I'm saying? But if they come in here talking about, oh, that's the woman from TV, I've been responding to recording live videos on her, most likely, I wouldn't want that person on my jury. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want them on my jury. case damn closed. You know, so, but again, I think they're doing it, it's like, so out of 50, in Northwest, that's only 3 people recognized her. So yeah, so they went through the initial like, hey, anybody know her? You know, the only 3, which is a pretty good percentage in my opinion. Seeing just how over the top the case is. Jillian says, I didn't know about Sarah till a couple of weeks ago. I've had a rather large learning curve regarding this case. So I mean, this is a prime example, and thanks for joining, Jillian, of didn't know about it two weeks ago. It's been going on for several years. I mean, it's just you know, again, like for me, we followed this stuff here, so it's in our peripheral all the time. But you know, it's me. I'm going to share this document because I want to look back through this. I've done videos on this, but we're going to do it here. So, this is, if I can get back to the screen. Hey Jenny, how's it going? Okay, so, this is I started it earlier, but we did a 911 phone call. State's motion to exclude battered spouse syndrome. Then this just goes into, you know, her wanting to list, you know, why she can talk about it or the parameters. And so I'm going to check out the facts. The defendant has presented several accounts of what happened on February 23rd. She made a 911 phone call at approximately 1 p.m. So now remember this on this. She went to bed earlier than the next night. This is well over 12 hours before the 911 phone call is placed. Okay, so when we left George, he is saying, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." Okay. Do the math on that. One of the questions I want to see answered is how long had he been dead? You know what I mean? Like, how long had the man been dead? That's something I really want to say. And she is talking to him in the comments. She's been I'll see if I can find it. I have to be careful, but I don't know, like, for the resource of it. Because other people's channels, they might get weird about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll look for it here in a minute. But I've seen it myself, and yet here's the thing that also was Sarah, and I'm very curious to see what. And thank you for the super chat. What evidence is brought forth in the thing in the what do you call it in the trial? Pardon me. Is these other footage that we've seen of other arrests and whatnot, where we see her on this body cam footage, right? The one that we're familiar with. These other ones, so I refer to one of the situations as the barefoot video, where she is complaining that she had a cross-eyed barefoot, and she goes on and on and on about this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this bizarre thing, and even in that one, the cop says, you know, okay, you're adding all this information to what you said before. The cops being involved with them and whatnot, this is like, you know, it's just kind of a norm for them, right? So it is what it is. And Old Soul, hey Old Soul, how are you doing? Thanks for the super chat. Old Soul says, I did sleep on a neighbor. My adrenaline was pumping. I was focused on the compressions. I couldn't talk. I collapsed from exhausted. The EMT came. I don't know how Sarah was out of breath. And this is one question, and thank you again, Old Soul. One question that I had about that as well was, again, I've never done CPR on somebody, so I'm thinking in the way that we hold our phones. This is a little different, but like, I think the way she's so clearly talking to you is what I'm getting at, right? Or I think phone calls. I guess in my mind, I'm like, how is she holding the phone and so perfectly speaking, and also holding a glass of wine and a cigarette? Joke on it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how is she holding the phone and doing the thing and keeping going? It doesn't make sense to me. But again, you know, we've heard, so if you've heard 911 phone calls, if you've been watching me for a minute, so you know I don't really like watching or listening to those, but we've seen these cases where it's clear the person's like, okay, Yeah, I did it. Okay. This kind of seems like the vibe with Sarah here, right? But you know, who am I, right? I don't know. Now somebody just said characters is doing a thing. Oh, please help. Please help. Where we at? She's definitely on that. I know, yeah. She's mad at Matthew, you bring up an excellent point, Matthew. Matthew says, and thanks for the super chat, she is mad at George for being in jail. To me, when the 911 phone call and everything after that, she seems annoyed. And not, like, almost like annoyed, like, he's dead, kind of a thing. She just seems annoyed at it, right? Like, this was not in her plan. You know, and the thing, too, where the interview that she's doing, she's like, at one point she admits that she was thinking of giving him 5 minutes. Yeah, I was gonna give him 5 minutes, maybe. She's definitely punishing him, but she'll never admit to that word, which I get, right? But it is what it is. Again, let me get back to this report. Well, let's check it out. Please hold. I'm just checking out the people I'm looking at. Still nothing here. Let me respond to this real quick.
Obvio, voy a esperar a que se seque. Sí, lo terminé. Bueno,
I'll see he's got one right here, but I can't now. Thanks for being a member for so long. I'll say yes. Hey, let me go back here because I wanted to get to this part in the document where they talk about some of the injuries. So, the phone call, we got that. Number 2, the defendant retained Dr. Julie Harper and cannot wait to see the lawyer. One of her battered spouse syndrome experts in 2020 over the course of the next several years, Dr. Harper interviewed the defendant about events on February 23rd, 2020 multiple times. Exhibit A at the hearing on the